Hello fellow woodworkers and welcome to this midweek edition of the Garage Workshop. This week we're going to be looking at another tool haul from Parkside, and I'm also going to be talking through some of the YouTube channels that I've been watching this week. Roll the intro. Okay, so first I have to start with a disclaimer. I'm not sponsored by Parkside, as many of you know, but each week I'd like to give a review of some of the things that I've picked up if there's a DIY, either the special buys with Aldi or the middle of Lidl with Parkside. This week there are some particular things that I wanted to draw your attention to. So let's get started. Okay, so the first one might seem innocuous enough. It is a roll of multi-purpose rope. Now this I think was $6.99 and it comes in lots of different sizes, and I got the 70 meter 6mm rope. Now this, it says it can take up to 45 kilograms in weight. Now the reason that I've highlighted this is there's been lots of occasions on lots of builds this year, or when I've been doing other things, I thought, oh, you know, I could really do with a piece of rope, and I didn't have one. I had string, I had other things, but actually rope was something that I was missing, and this is really, really good value for money. It is super strong, this rope. I've used it before. I had previously had the smaller, thinner gauge, which was a reason why I went for a bigger one today. But if you find you need a little bit of rope and you haven't got any, perfect. So the first item, multi-purpose rope. Okay, second item might seem a bit unusual, but these are braces for wood joists, for if you're joisting floors or if you're making a deck. The reason why I've highlighted them is A, they're super cheap, $1.99 for a pack, and they're really strong. They're galvanized for the outdoors, and this is a sort of mending plate, it says officially, but I've used quite a lot of these in different jobs around the workshop. They come in lots of different shapes and sizes, so I got 3 sets this time. I got this flat brace, and as you can see, they're all pre-drilled with holes. These can be bent, but I do warn you, they're quite chunky. They're quite significant pieces. This whole pack weighs quite a lot, but they're quite chunky to bend, but really good if you want to join 2 bits of straight timber together. I actually use them in my wood cart. Link is here. But I reinforced my wood cart with some of these because it was just a little bit hard when I was pulling it. There was a little bit too much give in it. So I've got some straight braces, and I got 2 different sets of angle brackets, quite different in terms of size, as you can see, but these are really nice quality brackets. They're really well made. As I said, they're very substantial. I think they were $1.99 for each pack. There's lots of different shapes and sizes and varieties in there. There's also some sort of flat corner braces, but I didn't need those. I tend to find that these are the ones that I will use the most. So really worth picking up, and as I do, I buy things like this and think, oh, you know, I'll use them, they'll come in handy one day, and I've used them all, hence going to get some more. Now they are for doing beams and things like that, and they do have the ones in there that you sit the beams in, that you attach. So if you're looking for those sort of things, or if you know you've got an upcoming project, well worth a buy, especially at that price, because they are really good value. Okay, the third item in my Parkside tool haul will seem a bit weird, and it is this. It's a grouting set. Now, it comes with 4 different grouters inside it, and there's a very specific reason why I bought this. Now, I'm sure this isn't woodworking etiquette by any means, but I find that these grouting tools are really handy for wiping away glue spill. So, as you can see, you get 5 different shapes in there, all for fitting in different contours. Now I use these for 2 reasons. Number one, to wipe away wood glue overspill, which I know you shouldn't do, but I do because it's really useful for that. And the second thing is, if I'm siliconing, or if I'm doing something where I require any sort of liquid, then I quite often use one of these. I did have a set previously that was made by Aldi, but I haven't seen them for a long time. Real bargain. I think that was $1.99 for that pack of 4, and lots of different shapes that you can get around every sort of nook and cranny. So well worth picking up while you're buying your other things in there. Okay, so the next tool I bought on a whim. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. This week, which is where the grouting tools came from, it's their tiling week. And this is a suction cup for lifting up tiles. Now, it does say on the box quite clearly it's got a 10 kilogram capacity, and it won't pick up anything more than that. It says it's 55 millimeter as well, which I presume is the width of there. There's actually two in the box, but quite often I've had to pick things up and I just thought, oh, a suction cup would have been quite useful here. And particularly I've got an upcoming project where I'm redoing the whiteboard that is in my garage, so I will be using them, definitely using for them to hold them in place. So you get two in the pack, and this is what they look like. Just classic suction cup design, but really quite handy, I think. So there's the two set together, and again, an absolute bargain. I think these again were something like £1.49. So I thought, you know, I'll use them at some point. Just worth picking a set up. You can see on the box there, that's what it says it's for using for tiles. But to be honest with you, I think these work on wood. They work on anything, glass. They're really, really good. Now, usually cheaper products like this don't work very well, and you know, the suction doesn't really rate anywhere near the capacity it says it can. But I'm going to give these a go because I just think they were worth it. And as I said, for £1.49 or £1.99, you really, really can't go wrong for that. Okay, so the last item in my Parkside tool haul actually relates to the video that came out on Monday. If you haven't had a chance to see it, I'll link it here. A very long and complicated tool review of a Parkside electronic stapler and nailer. And this week in the Parkside range are replacement staples and replacement nails for the Parkside gun that you will have seen me review on Monday this week. So unfortunately the nails, and I don't understand why, perhaps it was me, I thought the nails should have come in two sizes. The only size they actually have in there is this size, which is the 10mm nail strip, but I was under the impression that they were coming in various sizes from looking online. But again, that could have just been me, but I was surprised to see only one, whereas the staples come in at least two sizes. I think there was another size, but I went for the 8 to 10mm and the 10 to 12mm. Now, you can use these with any gun. You don't just have to use them with the Parkside one, but obviously being Parkside products, they're designed to work with the gun. These don't come around very often either, which is why I bought a few boxes. I got them in both sizes, and I got a couple of boxes of the nails because I think it was probably about 6 or 7 months ago that you could actually get these. They sort of come out in the middle of the cycle of when the gun comes out, and obviously you've seen from my review video the gun came out recently, and this is the point where they put out the refill. So it's always worth, with Parkside tools, it's always worth doing that, particularly as you don't know when they're coming round next. So a nail set for my Parkside nailer stapler. Okay, one of the other things that I wanted to do is just to give a shout out to some of the YouTube channels that I've been watching this week. I'm sure like many of you, you spend some of your spare time watching YouTube channels. Thank you for watching mine, by the way, I should point out. But this week I've looked at 3 or 4 different channels and thought it is worth mentioning them in case you haven't picked up on them. So the first channel that I'm going to mention to you, I'll put a little picture up there, is actually one that came from Rag and Bone Brown's last shout out, and it's Breadshore Joinery. Now, if you really are into your woodworking, a bit like me, I have to say, you will love this channel because Breadshore Joinery, the guy that runs it, he's a professional joiner, and some of the kit he has got is incredible. And having recently found him from Keith and worked my way back through his back catalogue of videos, they are amazing, and some of the machines he's got in his joinery are brilliant. Well worth a watch. But it's not just that, he shows you how to do everyday designs, really fantastic. And if you want a good intro into his channel, I suggest the first one you watch is the one where he replaces the garden gate and repairs a garden gate by sort of basically junking half of it and completely rebuilding it. Absolutely fascinating. So give it a go. Breadshore Joinery is the first shout out. My second shout out is quite an established channel. I think many of you probably know who it is, and it's Shara's Workshop Diaries. I only found this channel recently, and what I like about her style is, number one, she's got quite a minimalist workshop. It's not one of these professional workshops where you've got 10 million clamps hanging up everywhere and it looks ultra like it's a professional person. She uses very few tools, but the work that she does is great, and the products that she makes are really high quality. Again, there's lots and lots of videos in there. She's got a lot of subscribers, she really does know her stuff, and really worth a watch, particularly some of the things where she builds cabinetry, which are absolutely fantastic. So well worth giving her a check out if you haven't seen her channel. My third shout out is the fantastic Michael Arm, and I don't know if any of you have seen him, but his products are absolutely fantastic. I actually picked up on Michael's channel a while ago when I was watching a video collab he did with Bourbon Moth, Jason Hibbs at Bourbon Moth, but Michael's quality and precision is absolutely phenomenal. So if you haven't seen his YouTube channel, I'll put a little link above. It is well worth seeing. He's got a lot of diversity in the projects that he does, but his quality of his work is fantastic, especially the work he does around plywood. It's just brilliant. So well worth a look, and particularly some of his videos where he's made bespoke pieces of furniture. They're absolutely amazing. My last shout out goes to an American channel called Modern Builds. Now, I will give you a little bit of a warning to this channel. Mike Montgomery, who is the host, is quite loud and he's quite in your face and over enthusiastic, and it does take a while to get used to him, but his work is brilliant. He had a whole series on where he bought a school bus, an old American school bus, and parked it outside his house in Joshua Tree in the States, and he converted it basically into a little mini house. Really worth it. And also the build where he did the inside of his new garage at his new house was fantastic. He has a range of projects. I don't like all of his videos, I will be clear, but overall really worth watching. If you can put up with his loudness, then you'll really enjoy it. And I don't see that as a bad thing, but his work is brilliant. So well worth a look. Modern Builds with Mike Montgomery. Okay, thanks very much for watching, fellow woodworkers. I hope you enjoyed this little mini midweek update. All of the Parkside tools that you saw, or the Parkside supplies, accessories that you've seen today, are currently in store. I filmed this video, I think, on the 6th of February. Thought it was the 7th then. On the 6th of February on a Sunday. So they are still all in school if you want to go, all in store if you want to go and grab some of them. Hope you have a fantastic week. If this is the first time at the channel, please subscribe, like and comment. It really is important to me. I read everything everybody puts and I respond to everything. If you are a regular viewer, another Parkside one in the can. Please keep watching. Thank you so much for your support, and I'll catch you on next week's videos. Take care, fellow woodworkers.